sign out.
Okay.
Right. So Ogakole, sorry
Yes,
for I tried to log in on my notebook.
Okay.
That was the problem. So I didn't know how to unmute myself. So
All
I've
right.
decided to use my mobile phone right now.
Okay.
So apologies for that.
We can hear you and we can see you. So
Excellent.
I'm recording now, and as
Okay.
people come, they join us, but they can always have the opportunity to listen to whatever we're going to say. Yes.
Okay. All right. Kole, if I may.
Yes.
Yeah, because my director and my ADs are pacing around in front of me now. So I really have to go. Yes.
Before you go, just give a short opening remark about what we want to do, and then we would feed you back on it quickly.
Yes, I surely will
AD,
do that now.
and please hold on for him just 2 minutes, and it
won't even be up to that, I hope. Okay. Let's see. Bizo.
Yeah.
For the benefit of Dr. Lacey Patrick, who's joining us from New York, though I suppose you guys will get to that at some point. But the relevance of it, the relevance of it is that all of you and everybody else on the team, actually, apart from a very few, have been such great enthusiasts of reading my junk when I put them together. Some even passionate. Someone like BC, for instance, is always so enthusiastic. Kole is ever open. Dr. BC Adigun lectures at Bowen University. Am I correct, BC?
Correct.
Yes. And Dr. Kole Odutola also lectures in the US. Dr. Lacey Patrick is a musical theater specialist. She lives in Atlanta now, I think. Right, Lacey? Yeah,
yes,
but
sir.
I mean, yes, so it's the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is that everyone is carefully selected. There's no random person in the list that we were able to put together. And Kole actually is this congregation is the brainchild of Kole himself. It's an extension of his enthusiasm about my works, and the objective is so overwhelmingly interesting that we all thought let's give it a shot for whatever it is worth. There were things that I said to him during our conversation about my publishing contract, about how I have ended up being the one selling all my books myself. Yet I'm tied. I'm contract tied. The usual challenges of an author, of a writer. And we came up with the idea of expanding the reach of those works, not just for reading, but also for adoption and possibly even performance or adaptations, especially the ones that I have not published. Because of those challenges that I've had with my contracts in the review of it, I hold a small body of works that I have refused to publish. They're just there. Because I didn't want to have the same kind of contract. So it's the reason for this congregation. And I want to just thank everybody. For your enthusiasm, for your grace, and the commitment that I have no doubt you will bring to this. Thank you all very, very much. I truly, truly appreciate, and I wish you happy deliberations. Thank you so very much. Now I have to sign out. Yes, okay. And God be with you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
All right, we will be. I mean, it will not be too difficult to give you an update of how this goes, but without wasting too much time, the initiative at hand is to look for ways and suggestions of how to go about doing this. He has these works there, and there are various ways and there are various things at the point in which, instead of start with looking for funding to put up the production, we want to see how we can actually have readings. He has chosen 2 locations, University of Port Harcourt and then University of Ibadan. But these are not cast in stone at all. They're just they're suggestions of how to go. And the idea is to have it hybrid, so that apart from people looking for people to read physically, we would also project it virtually so that people can listen. But what are the things we need? First is to deliberate on the idea of a reading of these works. He's going to share the works with all of us. And then the next is, what suggestions do we have to make it happen? How can we support Bimbo in getting this to fruition? And then any other thing that we feel we haven't considered that we need to consider as quickly as possible. There are about 8 or so of us on this loop, on the email loop. And yes, there have been a little bit of confusion about the time, because my Zoom originates from Florida, so it uses a Florida time. And but I'm in the UK right now, and so the 12 noon was supposed to be 12 noon Nigerian time. And I think I corrected that quickly. So first and foremost, let me yield the floor to whosoever wants to first take a look at the idea of having a reading of multiple plays. It's not just one. There are a series of them. To have a reading, what are the elements that we can consider that will make the reading worth people's while, that an audience can show up, and all that and all that. You know, those of you who've done it before can share your experience doing it. What are the pitfalls we have to avoid and stuff? All right. So over to you, sir. Yes. You have the floor, sir.
Yeah. Dr. Colley, thank you very much, Dr. Colley. And it's a lovely meeting you, Dr. Lisi. As Bimbo has said, my name is Bisi Adigbu. And I'm sure or some kind of conference with Dr. Colley before, but I've never really met you. So it's a pleasure meeting you. I will start by saying that there was a time that Bimbo wanted me to be part of a committee to organize something around his birthday. For some reason, that didn't materialize, And I think this one is much more concrete and something that can be done, And as he said, I've read, I think, about 3 or 4 of his plays, and I think is actually the reason why we're not doing his plays in school is because we have so many playwrights in Nigeria, many artists in Nigeria. I used to live in Ireland, where they respect their artists so much and they give them the platform they deserve. Because if this were to be Ireland right now, the Arts Council would roll behind this idea. We'll have a platform, we'll have the support, we'll have everything that we need. But we're not in Ireland, we're in Nigeria. So be it, Be that as it may, we can do something. And I would like to suggest that perhaps the best way to get among Nigerian theater practitioners. So getting artists to come and support him will not be a problem. And I think there was a time I worked with a woman whom I'm sure you know, Aduke Gomez, when the COVID hit. She came up with the idea of trying to do 10 plays online by Zoom. I directed one of them, and it was a success. So I think we can borrow a leaf from that. But this time around, we're doing the reading live. But as you said, we want to try and beam it on ground. Maybe, I don't know when, can't remember exactly his birthday again, you know. So maybe we can hang it on his birthday. It's just a suggestion, that's one. So that we're celebrating him and celebrating his work together. And that thing that we were able to do the last time, we can revive it, you know. And what I will also suggest is perhaps if we get all the plays, we'll see which of the actors are appropriate for it. But what I can suggest is perhaps to get a group of actors that will do all the reading, you know, so that because it's reading, they don't have to learn their lines, you know. All they need to do is just to understand the scripts and get directed and be ready to read the lines with meanings, you know. So, for instance, Tony Shinaki can play. I think there was a play of his that I love. I think it's a monologue, somebody talking to God, you know what I mean? And I was going to direct that. And I had Toyi in mind. In fact, I contacted Toyi. I think I was going to do it at Muson Center. So someone like Toyi would be happy to come on board, and then Toyi can play that particular role. And personally, I'll be happy to. When you say reading, it doesn't mean you don't direct it, but it doesn't take as much time. So reading, you can maybe rehearse reading for over 2 days, you know, and then you are ready to go. So that's my view. I think if we say we dedicate about 5 days for this, right? And we have a camp, and we know this is what we're doing, and we know at the end of the 5 days, we do the reading on over 2 days. We can do the same thing. Maybe we can do that in Badon. We can go to Port Harcourt, you know what I mean? So, and because he has connection in both places, we can have actors from Port Harcourt as well as actors from Ibadan or from the Southwest to participate in that. That's my first shot at trying to set this thing rolling, and I'm happy to hear what other people's views are.
Okay. Dr. Lisi, would you want to say anything for now?
I think I agree with everything he said. I think it just hits the nail on the head. I have done a few readings. So I used to teach at Bowling Green State University in Ohio. So one of the things I did over the course, I directed quite a few shows and also directed some readings of some plays from artists in Port Harcourt. So I know that one of the things I was trying to sell to the school at the time was also figure out if I could get one of his plays in. So yeah, I think pretty much, especially because it's I also graduated from Uniport. So I think pretty much he has the contacts that he needs from Port Harcourt. The same way I think he also has the contacts in the industry. I think if we're able to bring in big names into the project, it will attract a better crowd. If there's a way that we could also, maybe not with this first one, subsequently as we go on, bring in a kind of funding aspect to it that would raise money, maybe for one of the projects as we go forward. But I think there's so much potential to this. I'm thinking of directing. So currently, I direct musical theater shows. I incorporate our own Nigerian songs into scripts. I recently just directed Olarotimi's Man Talk, Woman Talk, adapted into a musical in Atlanta.
Very good.
So I have one of his scripts that I'm thinking of working on, just incorporating Nigerian songs and then putting it on stage out here. So yeah, if we're able to get bring people, big names, big artists to be the people that would read for us, I think it would actually make a difference and actually attract the kind of attention that we're looking for. I'm also open to directing, because I've directed other readings. And I agree, it's no biggie. It's not going to take time. It's really just ensuring that artists understand their lines and are reading it with purpose.
Okay, so if I hear you very well now, Dr. Bisi would want to direct one, you would like to direct another. So what I will be asking
I don't mind.
Huh?
No, I was just saying I don't mind, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what I will be asking him to do is to share the works, and then on that loop, we all agree on the ones that you're interested in directing, and then we'll see. So what I'm also going to ask of him will now be to start thinking and maybe contacting his friends. By the way, I'm sure most of you are aware that he's done this before, where Nobet Young and some others were reading, I think, Alaji, I think so. And the play went to Port Harcourt.
Oh, okay.
Because
okay. But that one went into production.
Yes, he finally went into production. But the reading was actually on Zoom as well.
Right.
And
okay.
he went to Port Harcourt when he was the president of the Alumni Association. And so that contact is still there. So what we need for now, urgently, the plays, potential directors, and then suggestions of who to play what role in the plays. So once we have that set, the next thing will be to choose a date. He looks at his calendar. I think he was giving me some idea of how people are busy around Nigeria, that during the festive periods, most artists are busy doing stuff. And I think there's going to be a break in January or something, preparing for February and all that. But finding a date will not be too difficult. Once we decide on a date, the next will be to start to think of the base groups and the contact groups in Port Harcourt and in Ibadan. So the work will be well cut out. I was expecting that those on ground in Ibadan, like Rocco, because when I talked to Rocco, he said they were on break for Okelang Bodo, because what I was trying not to do was to arrange this meeting at a time when it will clash with what people were doing. But now it is certain, if the most important thing that come out of this is that at least we have commitment of 2 directors that can take the play. Now it is now to decide what plays would you like and what plays she would like. So that is not going to be, just watch out for the emails. I'm going to send the emails, but I'll contact him. As soon as he's done on this set, I would have a one-to-one with him. So that pretty much says it. This is recorded. We'll share the recording and also take responses from those who could not attend and see what next we can do. So
very, very quickly, Dr. Kole.
Yes.
So I know that I'm currently working on a project in Nigeria, so I'm shuttling back and forth. Okay. I know that the theater season in Nigeria is usually between November and April. So I don't know how that fits into whatever plans we're working on and all of that. So,
well, this is good to know.
Especially with regards to artists. Especially with regards to artists that we need, considering that if that is their season, then how busy they would be and all of that.
Okay, to piggyback on that, Dr. Colley, I will not be around from August to until end of September.
Okay.
Then I come back, and I think I may not be around from January to August. So just to bear that in mind. With that in mind, what I will suggest is perhaps we can now, based on the information that Dr. Lisa has given us, we can quickly project and put a date somewhere around October, November, right?
Okay.
And work towards that. At least if you have a date, as Yoruba will say. So if you put a date on that and work towards it, I would be interested in the monologue. I think that the guy who speaks to God. If there's no other director, I would be happy to take another one. I think it's Philomena Prostitute or something. I don't know whether that one has been done, you know. So those are plays. I think I know there are two of his plays that I really love, but the one about the monologue, the guy who speaks to God, I think I would love to take that on. So just to bear that in mind, I'm happy to work towards October and November. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe middle of October, towards the end of middle of November. I'm happy to work towards that.
Okay, this is good. You will just have to bear with us because this group, I think there are 8 of us. There's Nijia,
Okay.
Kone, and all of that. What I would do is by the end of today, I'll just do a little summary of what we've come up with, share it with them, ask them for their comments, and even suggest the dates that you have, and then we'll move on from there. And then I'm also going to ask Bimbo to share with us synopsis of each of the plays so that whatever is on offer, those who want to direct will get it, and then we will start to discuss with him the likely actors, and then get in touch and that. Anything that has to do with the legwork, you know, the background things, I'm willing to do that, to get in touch with people through him, you know, because since I have a way to reach him, call his attention, I will do that, and then I will share it with everybody. So that without wasting too much time, I think we can round it up here. And so the ball is in my court to get in touch with all of you by this evening, and then so that those who could not make it, I would like to have their input, and then maybe by next week, if there's need for another meeting, we'll call one again so that we can farm things up. Thank you very much for honoring Bimbo with this. We will definitely get in touch, and thanks very much.
It's nice meeting you both. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Dr. Lisi. God bless you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right.
God bless you, sir.
All right.